Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to lean in and hear me. It's time, not tomorrow, not next week, not someday, right now. It's time to upgrade your mind, because the world you're living in today is not just changing, it has already changed. And if you don't change with it, you'll be left behind wondering what happened while others are out there creating the life they deserve. Let me tell you something. You were not born to be average. You were not created to just go through the motions, to settle, to struggle, to barely survive. No, you were made to thrive, to grow, to expand, and to evolve. But none of that can happen until you upgrade the software that's running your life, your mind. You've got dreams inside you that are too big for the old version of you. You've got potential waiting to be activated, but as long as you're operating with outdated thinking, with limiting beliefs, with fear-based programming, you will always hit a wall. Today, I'm here to tell you this is your moment. This is your time to take control, to hit the reset button, and to reprogram yourself for greatness. Because once you change your mind, you change your life. And once you upgrade your mindset, everything else will change too. Every day, we walk around with thoughts in our heads that we didn't consciously choose. Beliefs, doubts, fears, and assumptions that were downloaded into our minds like viruses. These mental viruses don't always scream loudly. Sometimes they whisper. They say things like, "You're not good enough," "You always mess things up," "People like you don't succeed," or "This is just the way life is." And without realizing it, we begin to believe those whispers. We start acting like they're the truth, but they're not the truth. They're outdated programming, old stories passed down from parents, teachers, society, maybe even your past failures. And if you don't remove them, they will infect every area of your life. You can't expect to run new dreams on an old mindset. You can't expect breakthroughs with beliefs built from breakdowns. Every time you try to step forward, those viruses pull you back, rerouting your decisions, clouding your judgment, making you second. Guess your worth. You might have the talent, the passion, the drive, but if the software of your mind is full of corruption, then your actions will always fall short of your potential. It's like trying to run the latest apps on a phone with an outdated operating system. It crashes, it freezes, it lags behind. And here's the hard truth. Most people never even stop to check what's running in the background of their mind. They're too busy surviving, too caught up in the day. They grind to realize that they're being controlled by thoughts they didn't choose. But the moment you do become aware, the moment you take a step back and say, "Wait a minute, whose voice is that?" you gain your power back. Because once you identify the mental viruses, you can delete them. You can challenge them. You can rewire them. Start by paying attention to your self-talk. What do you tell yourself when you fail? What do you believe about yourself when things don't go your way? If your default response is self, blame self, doubt or hopelessness, that's not your voice. That's the virus talking. You weren't born thinking you weren't good enough. You learned that. Somewhere along the way, someone convinced you of it. But just like a bad download, it can be removed. You can update your thinking. You can replace that voice with one that uplifts, empowers, and believes in the greatness within you. It's also important to understand that these mental viruses hide behind excuses and justifications. This is just how I am. I've always been like this. Things never work out for me. Those aren't facts. They're infected files, and if you don't clean them out, they will dictate your life without your permission. You'll keep playing small, settling, quitting too early, and wondering why you're stuck in the same cycle over and over again. You've got to scan your mind like you'd scan a computer. Look for anything that's draining your energy, slowing your progress, or corrupting your decision. Question every belief that limits you. Ask, who told me that? Is it true? Is it serving me? If the answer is no, then it's time to let it go. Because the truth is, You are capable of more than you've ever been told, but you'll never know it until you clear out what's not you. You've got to detox the mind before you can develop it. You've got to strip away the lies before you can step into the truth. You've got to uninstall the fear before you can upgrade to faith. Every toxic thought, every limiting belief, every lie you've believed about yourself, it's all got to go when you upgrade your phone. You expect better speed, better performance, and more power. The same applies to your life. You can't expect to operate at a higher level unless you upgrade your internal system, your belief system. Beliefs are not just thoughts you think once. They are thoughts you think over and over again until they become automatic, until they shape your identity and dictate how you show up in the world. And if your current beliefs are built on fear, scarcity, self, doubt, or shame, you are programming your mind to play small, even if your heart desires more. If you want to change your results, you must first change the beliefs that are producing them. The person who says I can't and the person who says I can are both right, because your belief becomes your experience. When you believe you can't win, you won't give full effort. When you believe you're not worthy of love, you'll sabotage every relationship. When you believe success is for others, not you, you won't even try. But if you change the belief, you change everything that follows it. Your actions shift, your energy rises, your decisions become bolder, and your life begins to reflect what you now believe is possible. So, how do you install empowering beliefs? It starts with intention. You have to be deliberate. You can't just let your beliefs form by accident. Every day, you must decide what you want to believe about yourself, about life, and about what's possible. And then you must speak it, affirm it, write it, repeat it until your subconscious accepts it as real. Don't wait to believe it after you see results. Believe it first, and the results will follow. That's how transformation works. You act not from who you are now, but from who you are becoming. One of the most powerful things you can do is to create belief anchors, phrases and statements that align with the future you're building. Say things like, I am powerful, I am capable of handling anything, I am worthy of success, I deserve abundance, I attract opportunities. Now at first your mind may resist. It'll say, that's not true, look at your past, look at your failures. But that's only because the old programming is fighting back. Stay consistent, feed your new beliefs with repetition. Speak them when you wake up. Speak them when you feel fear. Speak them when no one else is encouraging you. You're not lying to yourself. You're reminding yourself of the truth that's been buried under years of doubt. Your environment has been shaping your beliefs since the day you were born. If you were raised around people who always struggled, always complained, always settled, you probably inherited their mindset, but you don't have to keep it. You have the power to rewrite the script. You can consciously choose new beliefs that elevate you, and once you do, the old beliefs lose their power. You can also strengthen your new beliefs by taking aligned action. Don't just say, I'm confident, act like it. Don't just say, I'm a winner, do what winners do. Every time you take a step consistent with your new belief, you reinforce it. You create a loop. Belief leads to action. Action confirms belief. Belief grows stronger. And soon what felt like a stretch becomes your new normal. That's how growth happens. Not all at once, but step by step, belief by belief. Remember, every major transformation begins in the mind. If you upgrade your beliefs, your mindset will become your momentum. You'll stop reacting like a victim and start responding like a creator. You'll move from fear to faith, from hesitation to execution, from limitation to liberation. You'll stop looking at what's missing and start seeing what's possible. Because when your beliefs rise, your life will follow your mind. Set doesn't just live in your head, it lives in your environment. The people you surround yourself with the conversations you engage in, the content you consume, the spaces you inhabit. All of it is either reinforcing the old version of you or supporting the upgraded one you're stepping into. You can't say you're committed to personal growth while living in a space that constantly reminds you of your limitations. You can't declare you're ready to change and still hang around people who doubt your dreams, mock your ambition, and normalize mediocrity. One of the greatest shifts you can make when upgrading your mind is to consciously choose your surroundings. That means looking at your environment and asking, does this support the future I'm creating? You've got to be bold enough to walk away from anything that keeps you small. Whether that's a toxic friend, a draining routine, or even your own comfort zone. Growth requires discomfort, and that discomfort often comes from stepping into new spaces that challenge your thinking, stretch your vision, and demand your highest self. Look at the people in your life. Are they dream builders or dream killers? Do they inspire you, challenge you, and remind you of your greatness? Or do they feed your doubts and insecurities? Because whether you realize it or not, energy is contagious. Spend enough time with someone who constantly complains, and you'll find yourself doing the same. Spend time with someone who's growing, evolving, and reaching for more, and their mindset will rub off on you too. That's why proximity is power. The people you consistently engage with become mirrors for your future. Surround yourself with winners and you start thinking like a winner. Surround yourself with growth-minded people and you begin to upgrade your own possibilities. But it's not just people. It's also what you feed your mind. If you're constantly watching content that makes you feel inadequate, if your social media is filled with drama and comparison, if your conversations are always negative or surface level, then you're programming your brain for stagnation. You've got to become the gatekeeper of your mind, protect your peace, choose what you expose yourself to. Fill your environment with words, sounds, images, and energy that reinforce your new identity. Listen to audio that uplifts you. Read books that stretch your thinking. Watch content that teaches, not just entertains. Create a space that reflects who you're becoming, not who you were. Your physical environment matters too. Cluttered space, cluttered mind. If your home, your desk, your car, your phone, if these are all chaotic, disorganized, and unintentional, that energy affects how you think and feel every single day, clean up your space and you clear space in your mind. Design your surroundings to reflect clarity, focus, and purpose. Even small changes like adding affirmations to your wall, organizing your schedule, or setting up a morning routine space can send a message to your brain that this is a new chapter, that you're no longer operating from a place of survival. You're stepping into intention, and don't forget, repetition builds reinforcement. The more often you place yourself in an upgraded environment, the more natural it feels. Eventually, what once felt unfamiliar becomes your new normal. The upgraded mindset becomes second nature, not because you forced it, but because you aligned every part of your life to support it. The key is consistency. One weekend seminar won't do it. A single inspirational video won't sustain it. But daily exposure to an empowering environment that creates lasting transformation. Every great achiever, every world changer, every trailblazer you admire, none of them grew in isolation or in toxic environment. They were intentional. They chose where to spend their time, who to listen to, what to believe, and how to shape their surroundings. You have that same power right now. You can design an environment that holds you accountable to your greatness, that calls out your highest potential, that won't let you shrink back into old habits or outdated versions of yourself now is your time. Not tomorrow, not when it's convenient, right now, because the life you want, the future you see, the greatness within you, it's all waiting on one thing, an upgraded mind. You've got to delete the old programming, install new beliefs that elevate you, and surround yourself with environments that reflect your vision. You weren't born to stay stuck. You weren't born to play it safe. You were born to rise, to evolve, to expand beyond anything you've ever imagined. But nothing outside will change until something inside does. So take the leap. Hit that mental reset. Let go of who you were so you can become who you're meant to be. Because when you upgrade your mind, you upgrade your entire life.